All right, guys, here we're talking about Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 1, Episode 5. So what happens in this episode?
We continue on, right? So this, and this kind of even marks the end of like a little sequence, it turns out, right? So we summoned a demon. It turned out Kelly was possessed by the demon. And now, as we predicted / remembered, we, Kelly as the demon blames it all on Ash, and the Brujo thinks that Ash is possessed. Yeah. And meanwhile, Kelly's going after Pablo, and the whole thing unfolds.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. But just to say, by the end of it now, they're leaving, the Brujo's dead, the demon's exorcised.
Always sad to lose a Brujo.
I know. So many shows kill off the Brujo. Because they're OP. They be able to help the characters too much. They have to leave the party. They can only be in for a temporary amount of time.
Whenever you have a character that has like a power or this or that, I always hate to see them go because I'm always like, they could have paid off like later on.
Exactly.
We could have got, we need a magical whatever, or need some answer to a question. You could pop in on those people.
Yeah,
but more often than not, they are killed off brutally.
Even if they can't come with, because I'm using like an RPG game analogy.
Yes.
You have your party and it goes from place.
I wouldn't assume he could come with.
Even if you have to leave them behind, if you leave them there as like a writing crew or like whatever, you always have the freedom to have to go back there or to have them show up or something weird to happen, right? It's great. They could have just gone back. Like he could be dead. They could go back because someone's has like he's infected with demon taint or something, and then have them rush back there. Maybe he can help us. He's gone. What happened? And it's a whole thread you get to explore later.
I think it'd be cool if the Brujo dies, but he could stay alive on his property because of the charms and the whatever. So it could explain why he can't come with you.
Hell yeah.
But could also be that source to like, we always know where he'll be, and we can go blah blah. Like, I think that would have been an interesting way.
I absolutely love that. They should do that.
Didn't play out that way, and
we can't expect them to do everything, but
no,
that's the kind of thing that I love. Yeah, just leave it. In
and like he could slowly be rotting. Like each time he seems a little bit worse.
It becomes a funny thing. Yeah. Oh man, let's write a show. It's great.
Mio, bring me some tequila. Just pours out of his empty neck, like
just pours out of his rotting holes. That's a whole different show. I love it.
On this show, though.
Well, it would have fit on this show. Is the real tragedy of it. The character is fine and ended up growing on me or whatever right before his death because I forgot he died. So I knew like he wasn't.
I remember death.
I knew he was not a part of the show, but I forgot he literally died. I thought we were going to be. I
thought he wasn't even in season 1. I thought he was in season 2, and he died.
Maybe he comes back to Ash in some vision quests that he goes on later.
Yeah, that's optimistic. I don't think so.
That's optimistic at best. You're reaching.
Maybe I don't remember.
Sure.
We'll see.
So the demon ends up. So there's a whole bunch of scenes where Kelly's like possessed. He got some awesome teeth and eye stuff.
I like
happening.
her possessed.
She's great, yeah.
I like her with black eyes too. I think like certain characters.
It's a good look for her.
Look creepier with it than others. Yeah. And there's something about her with the black eyes, like face. She has big eyelashes or something. Like it really makes a evil looking character.
It was like a Ginger Snapsy or like a weird I don't know. Buffy might have done some of this stuff. Weird possessed people looking thing. It was good. I liked it. Good motif. She's spitting out teeth. She's trying to kill Kelly in the slow and painful way. We have lively debates about the whole thing, and it ends up being the monster, the demon, crawls out of her mouth in like a very very vivid way or whatever.
And
so
that's always good. The show is that's one thing we've said a couple of times. The effects are very very much like this show's effects. They have a very a direct personal connection to like this Ash world, like how it is filmed, how the effects run. It's very nice, and it works out to be a. You can tell right when you're looking at it. You're like, I know what show I'm watching. This is that has the same feel, the vibe.
Yeah, they let Sam Raimi like set the tone, and they're kind of going forward with it.
Yeah, right.
There's some horrible CG vomit at one point. But it's the kind of thing that you roll with, and then something else later.
This show is big on the goo and the spray and the whatever. Try to drown people and things.
That was the whole thing, right? They're behind the scenes and like the panels at Comic-Con, the memes and all that. We're going to top last season. It was 40 gallons of blood or whatever it was for this one scene. Yeah.
I always wonder in scenes that involve a big mess like that, like, either messing up the scenery or the actor and all that stuff. If you don't get it in take 1, like you don't really have a take 2, Like if the mechanism that launches or whatever misfires and like it comes out in a weird way, you're like, okay, we've already destroyed the set. The actors are totally covered. Reset.
Reset. So that means tomorrow we try again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like we've spotted stuff like that in things, just continuity things where you filmed them bloody later, and like conveniently around the eyes, there's no blood now, right? Because they've been like re-blooded for that scene to to get safe coverage or whatever. But then the actual huge mess is like a different thing where the blood hits them differently or whatever.
Yeah. I love when you can see like clearly the man like right off camera with a bucket that throws it, because like bucket has like a certain
certain trajectory that goes,
and there's always that, and it might even be a split second after the fact where they're like,
yeah, the CG vomit though was really bad. It made me go like, wow, that's really bad. But the occasionally bad CG is a Sam Raimi hallmark, so it works out perfectly. Yeah. I still love the design of this demon. He gets out, he's wreaking havoc, doing all of his stuff. The time of humanity's over, etc., etc., etc. And then Ash, so we had that whole Vision quest, which it would have been a shame to not have something pay off or whatever, right? So he tells himself or his lizard or something. They communicate this idea: shoot first, think never. Or whatever.
Yes.
And
which is kind of an Ash thing anyway.
It is. So it's him leaning into being more Ashy, right? Doing his whole thing. There was a little line.
More of an Ash hole, More
of an Ash head. No, like there was
an Ash hat, if you will.
Yeah, there was a line earlier where Pablo's like, "This is all my fault. I'm sorry that I abandoned my calling and all that stuff." And his uncle's like he has the light of the Jefe in him, very dim, so dim, barely just the tiniest little bit. But you saw it, Pablo, or whatever, and you brought him here. So that proves that you have what it takes, or whatever. And this is the light of the Jefe, right? Where in his own way.
What does Jefe mean, boss?
Boss, yeah.
Boss.
El Jefe. Where because it isn't how you might. It's like a subversion of the usual hero trope, where he's the hero, he has the whatever, and it's expressing itself in this horrible way. Where he's like, well, my toothy fake lizard friend told me to shoot first, think never, so that's what I'm doing. And he does the whole maneuver. There's a great little. He does a little twirl. He throws the thing and catches it and realizes I can fake him out. Kind of Chronicles of Riddick style. I'm gonna shoot where he's gonna be.
Yes.
By not thinking, by not giving him enough time.
And it works.
It works wonderfully.
It works not only in actuality, but it works visually. It is a thing that it plays for me. I like the superfluous moves that Ash will do occasionally.
Yeah. The way he cocks the thing or does the guns or spins around the arm and then goes and shoots and stuff. Yeah, it's wonderful. He has a flair.
And the camera will track it exactly as it happens. It's a very nice design.
He enjoys what he does. No, it was a huge payoff, right? Because this is a show that could just be Monster of the Week, literally, right?
Yeah.
But we've had this one monster show up, worm its way back in, come back into play, right? And we've been learning more about its tactics and how it does stuff until the point where Ash can actually defeat it. It's this wonderful.
This
as
show
to
me,
all in one episode.
It actually. It strikes me more like this is a show that would have been 6 hour-long episodes or whatever, and they was like, let's cut those each into 3. Because you have these arcs that are about 3 episodes apiece to them, and they seem like they might have been written that way. Okay, that, and then where you would normally write a thing and cut for the commercials, they're like, okay, and we'll just cut extended commercial here, that'll be another week.
That's the break, that's the cliffhanger, we'll put this scene here so that this happens right before the thing. That's a great call, right? Because this ended up on Stars as part of its whole thing. I remember Bruce Campbell being like, I know what you're thinking. I can't get the Stars app. Well, guess what? You get a month for free. That's enough time to marathon my show, and you get 29 more days to do whatever you want. So just get it or whatever.
And it was true. It was
very
true.
Stars. Even though it all didn't work out, I think Stars probably got a huge spike from idiots being like, Bruce Campbell's right. We should sign up for the Stars app.
Yeah. Especially if they have that bullshit where if you don't remember to cancel, it just keeps going.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. How much money?
And they directly know how many they have, because when at Comic-Con they would have these little walkthrough things, get your photo and get a free thing of merch, and they would in order to do it, you had to make sure you had the app.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
They could literally see how many people came in just because of Bruce Campbell.
Yeah. But so because it had this different path to get funding and distribution, I could see them saying, well, yeah, but we're greenlighting it as a half-hour experience, not as a long-form experience. The kids have short attention spans.
I do think it works. It works as that, but I even wanted to look at it, because now we're watching it a second time. I can look for certain things okay, this character is in how many episodes? 3?
Yes, exactly.
Things like that.
Yeah. No, it's wonderful. And as a comedy, the half-an-hour format is kind of more fitting. But so you're like...
Feels, so quick.
So you're like remembering how this pattern keeps repeating, you're saying?
I think again, did not notice it while it happened. Was a thought I had just this week.
Yeah, no, I'll keep an eye out for that, because that would make perfect sense. And not that it's ruined, because like the one episode ends so like abruptly, and then this episode, right?
A lot of them do, and that's another like thing that fed into my theory.
Yeah. And this one is like wrapping up the way it feels like one little cohesive micro thing would wrap up.
Because they feel like they're a commercial break, but then but it's the episode being over, and I'm like, oh, okay, I think that it might have had the idea of being longer, or not. But it seems like it could have worked that way.
No, but in the world of binging, that all fits and works. I dig it.
It's a very binge-worthy show because of those abrupt endings. They make it very easy to go right back into the next episode.
Immediately.
Yeah.
So before Kelly gets possessed, and well, she's always possessed, but before anybody knows it, we get a very erotic shotgun weed smoking scene.
Yes,
which I was a huge fan of. And
Were
she's
you?
Trying, oh god, she's trying to take advantage of Pablo and be like, "Come on, take a hit." And you see the shotgun shell in her boot. It like slowly builds up, and you're like, "Oh no, Pablo, don't," or whatever.
In a movie with a lesser named character, that could have been an amazing bit.
What do you mean?
Just like kill a dude.
Oh yeah. No, I know. It's amazing. Yeah. I wonder if she actually had a brother who actually was in the army and actually did smoke out of his gun, or if that was something the demon was making up, because it seemed like the demon was in control the whole time.
I don't know if a brother ever gets referenced again. I don't remember seeing any pictures of him at the house or any mention there, but who's to say?
Little detail, right? Because later Ash clocks that that she's still possessed because she says, "Put a cross on my grave" and all that stuff. So we know the demon can't like access her memories or whatever it's gonna be. But no, I love that whole thing. I love Pablo's like innocence and like neuroticism, just eventually pissing off the demon so much that it's like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna kill you or whatever, right? It's a nice.
But what would be funny is, like, my parents are Jewish, is what she said in the other episode. She never said she was.
Yeah. No, and I figured, like, that would be a nice way, too, of, like, coming around where it's like, no, I remember talking to you once, and you were very rude. He's like, what? And the whole thing, you could have done something like that.
Yeah. What else you got?
Ruby and the cop.
Okay, so Ruby and our police friend.
Peppered in there.
What is the, I don't even remember what happened with him.
So like not much happens, but it's a little awkward. We do see the hand. It does like a pointing divination thing to figure out where to go. The cop all of a sudden, though, is very much like, this is some bullshit. Why am I listening to a severed hand or whatever? And I'm like, you should just be going with it. I
think once you've come this far,
and
your partner died, you've lost your job, you're clearly been saved by this witch woman, just roll with it.
No, like once you've because you've seen some messed up stuff, and you might think that that you're crazy. At a certain point, it's confirmed to you that you're not crazy. So you go back and take all those memories, and now they're all real. So you should be caught up already. You should already be like, wow, that lady with no head and like the backwards body thing just kept trying to kill me. So I don't know what's going on anymore. And we get a chance for Lucy Lawless to deliver some dialogue that I can't decide is the most awkward thing in the world or great. I'm not sure.
Generally,
I'm going
if
back
it's
and
Lucy,
forth.
it's great.
I want to believe that it's great, but the whole thing about the just keep breathing. You didn't know what respiration was. It feels Kevin Smithy or Joss Whedon-y or something. It feels like a weird dialogue choice or something. I don't know if Ruby always talks like this, and I just forgot about it.
It's funny you should mention that. Did you see who wrote this episode?
Who?
I didn't see.
Oh.
It'd be funny, though.
I don't even mean like they wrote it. I mean like, inspired by that type of mentality.
Anytime we see anything witty, that's where our minds go.
Witty and like from the perspective of like people don't talk like this. It's not just like you're too quick or too perfect with the comeback. It's that you're like,
your
what?
Setup is perfect
I don't
for your
tip.
knockout.
I do this. And like they always answer the exact right way, and then you go, exactly. And that's why we're going to do this. Like, this is like thing or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. Which doesn't ruin it. And I'm not saying I'm having a bad time, but it was just very like we're not seeing these characters a lot per episode, and all we're getting is some weird. It feels like clunky, not really.
If I recall, soon we get some very heavy episodes that we will see them more on. moron.
And do you remember 100%? Do they become a like foursome? Because Ruby's not in their crew, and
not in this season, I don't think.
Oh, interesting.
I think that all happens in season 2.
I don't know why that I'm like remembering that the cop ladies with the chick and the dude and Ash, but maybe they're not. That's fine.
She dies, as far as I remember.
Oh, so it's only a trio ever.
We
did it.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I have a memory of her not being around much longer. I feel like either or like possible. They're like, it's good, and she goes and lives a happy life somewhere. I don't know.
No one goes and lives a happy life somewhere.
Probably
That's
not.
100% never going to happen. No, maybe there's something where like they're holed up in a house and they all join forces, but it might be like super brief. And like it might be funnier if she's constantly like, okay, now that that's over, I'm arresting you. And he's like, lady, come on. Obviously. Hell, come on.
I don't even know how she would arrest you. She's not even a cop anymore.
At a certain point, your job's going to be like, who? Do you still have those handcuffs?
But like, let's talk about that for a second. So at what point of a supernatural encounter would it take you to walk away from everything in your life to be like, okay, I have to deal with this now? Like,
I would like, so like real talk, maybe nothing? I don't know, especially if it's like dangerous. I'd be like, wow, I don't know how long it's going to take for this bad person to destroy the whole Earth. I have shit to do, right? But like, if I actually thought that she has no reason to think that she can do anything.
Well, I don't think it's that she thinks she can stop an apocalypse.
Ash.
It's that she wants to find out who killed her partner and kill them. So hers is a revenge mission.
Okay.
But it's also a am I insane? Let me find myself mission, I guess, a little bit too.
Well, yeah. So she's coming from the perspective of like, my life's in shambles. I'm on like indefinite leave for being crazy and like writing up this report about demons on the ceiling and all that stuff, right? So she may be in
Lionel Richie song, Demons on the Ceiling.
On the ceiling. She might be thinking like, well, I don't have anything anyway. This is all I have, and that's what I'm going to do, right? And that from that perspective,
she is on leave
that
or
makes
whatever.
Sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. It isn't like she has anything else to do. She doesn't seem to have anybody else to like lean into. And Ruby shows up right away with saving her and giving her answers and leading her on some sort of path that she already feels like if I can go find this dude who started all these problems, make it right, like then things will be good, right? They'll all think I'm crazy. I'll be at the diner. They'll be whispering and saying, "Oh no, don't talk to her." But I'll know that I fixed it and I like did the right thing or whatever. It seems to be her deal. Me though, fuck all that shit. No, heavens no.
Okay.
I don't really know because her situation's so unique. You'd have to be the kind of person who wants to be a cop for reasons, right?
Yeah.
And then has all that kind of crumble due to some crazy, like my life was on one track, it was going good, it was tight, this thing messed it up, and now I have a way to go. Like
this kind of scenario though is unfolds in a lot of types of shows and this and that, and like oh the monster knows where I live or the demon love, and like I must hit the road and run. Like usually it's to save your own skin is why the people leave. But I always think to myself like, what would it take for me to leave? Oh, a lot probably.
Yeah, what's your take on it? At what point would you say?
I'm not sure because like the moment you leave, you're giving up on everything you had, and not in the sense of like, oh no, my friends or whatever. Like it's like, okay, after X amount of time of not paying your rent, you lose your house. All the things in it are sold to try to pay for your rent, and like then of course there's the connection to all your friends, your family, your loved ones, or whatever that is just gone. And it's like, well, what are you doing for money and food and all this? Like, what is your long term? And there never seems to be any thought put to that. But it's just like, okay, and then like there's on the road of Tibet, like doing something, and you're like, how did that happen?
Like people just go like, oh, it turns out real life's bullshit. This is the real situation. There's a battle between heaven and hell. Oh, vampires are real. Oh, there really are aliens. We gotta we gotta go. Right? It's always that sort of thing. Yeah, I've often wondered the same thing, but I think we're never meant to consider how are these people getting all these supplies? How do you buy bullets? Like they think you killed those people back there. You're like wanted. How do you do this?
Yes.
Yeah. No, big time.
All right. Is there anything else in this episode?
If this ever happened to me, anything like this, I would just hide in the house forever and eventually die.
That's kind of your life plan anyway.
I was going to say, which is honestly plan A. So I'm good to go. Ash versus Evil Dead.
All right, guys, that's our thoughts on this episode of Ash vs. Evil Dead. Let us know in the comments what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.